Hey guys, welcome to a bit of a different video for us. Benefit challenged us to a challenge.
Oh my god! Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Beauty News loves to accept a challenge.
Oh, we do.
Oh, we do.
We do.
Girl, you challenge us and we say yes. Anyway, they sent us both.
Wow.
One of these boxes. Yeah. We'll show you what's inside in a second. But it's your brows need you.
Oh, damn right they do.
And I need my brows.
Yes.
So essentially it's to kind of promote National Brow Day, which is on the 2nd of October.
That's pretty cute.
That is cute.
Yeah.
Look, brows are important.
Just for the brows.
Just for the brows. And not to blow smoke up Benefit's ass, but their Ka-Brow is like my favourite brow product ever.
I pretty much like all of the brow products I've tried from Benefit. I've tried all of them.
Yeah.
And they all work.
They do.
They just work.
So, I'll show you what's in this box.
Oh my god, do it. Show them
Do it. So it's pretty much their full range of brow products, and they've kind of tailored it to my colouring, and Hailey got one to tailor hers. So we're going to be using some of these and showing you how we do our brows, and sort of talking about what our brow concerns are and what we use to fix it.
Let's start with prepping and priming items in the range. First, they've got some tools. There is a sharpener, which is handy for some other products we'll see later in the collection. There's also a double-ended brush and tweezer set, which is genius. And then there is a double-ended spoolie and angled liner type brush, and they are great quality. Then we have the Bravo Conditioning Primer, and this stuff's interesting because it's meant to make your brows grow. It's also supposed to help with longevity of brow products that are on your face so they don't fall off throughout the day.
Then we're talking more about filling in large areas. Now, the first product that they really had in the range to do this was the Browsings, which is a duo that has a tinted wax and also a powder. So the idea is you can either put the wax down first and then layer over the powder to sort of set it, or mix it together, or do whatever, one or the other. And it used to be a couple of shades. Now they've extended it to 6 shades, which is great. Their newest product is the Foolproof Brow Powder. This comes in 3 shades, but each shade has 2 shades in it. So this is a powder that's supposed to last up to 12 hours. And essentially this is great because you have the both shades in one pan. So you can sort of go from light to dark, or if you have lighter brows with certain hair looks or certain seasons, or you want a bolder brow or a lighter brow, you can do it all in one kit. And then you have the Ka-Brow, my personal favorite. This is like a brow pomade. So it is more of a cream product, but it's more of a drier cream product than other pomades on the market. So it's less like a paint and it's more like just a grippy powder, essentially. It lasts a really long time, and it's really easy to apply.
Also, the brush that comes with it in the cap is not bad.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the pencils in the range. So the first one is Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is an ultra-fine brow defining pencil, and it is designed for fine defining. So if you want to like mimic actual hairs, this is the one to go for.
Yeah, even if you wanted to like really precisely
like do the tail.
Yeah, the tail.
I love it for the tail.
Yeah, or just to clean up your brows.
Yes,
it's a really good one.
It's a good one. Then we've got the Goof Proof Brow Pencil, and this one is a brow filling and shaping pencil. It's kind of like a diamond shape. One end is a little bit wider and the other end is a little bit more tapered. So you can very quickly and easily fill in your brows completely, and you can then take a little bit of extra time if you want to and use the finer end for some definition if you need to. Both of these pencils also have spoolies on the end, which is great because when you pick up that product, it's ready to go.
And they come in 6 shades.
Yes.
All right, then we have some sort of setting products or gel type products. You've got the 24-hour brow setter, which like its name said, it's supposed to set your brows for 24 hours. This is a translucent gel. So you put it on and it really does set your brows in place, and it doesn't add any extra color. If you did want to add more volume, one of their biggest selling products is the Gimme Brow. This comes in 3 shades, and this adds like color and some fibers. So if you want to look like you're filling in sections or adding some volume to your brows, that does it. It's got a tiny gorgeous wand as well, so it's really precise. Then we have 3D Brow Tones, which is a really interesting product, and a lot of people might find this a little bit scary, but the concept of it's really cool. So this comes in 2 shades, and the idea is if you have deeper brows, you go for the lighter shade, and if you've got lighter brows, you go for the deeper shade. Now this is like a gel, but it's got a slight highlight to it, so a bit of a shimmer, and it's pretty much just designed to make it look like you have definition in your brows. So if you've gone in with a pomade and you've got quite block brows, it adds it breaks up the color. And it's a really cool product if you really want to, I don't know.
It adds like dimension, basically.
Absolutely.
It sort of brings life back to a flat brow.
And that's why you go for the opposite color. So on the dark, the light gives definition, and on the light brows, the dark gives definition.
Finally, we have the highlighting products. We've got the Highbrow Pencil. It's a cream brow highlighting pencil, and this is a matte formula with a sort of a nice brightening pink-ish finish. Then we've got the Highbrow Glow Pencil, which is pretty much the same thing, but it's a little bit more champagne-y and it has a nice shimmer. I like to use these, the matte one above the brow and the shimmery one just below the brow, and it adds a little bit of sort of definition and shape back into a sculpted brow.
All right, so now let's get on to us using our favorite products to see how we get our brows. Don't be too shocked when you see us without brows. It is scary, I know. Oh, I know. I wake up that way.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so my brow issues are, one, they're asymmetrical. They say brows should be sisters, not twins. One is Cinderella and one is an ugly stepsister for me. Also, I find it difficult to find colours that work well with my sort of blonde and natural brunette hair. So that's probably a major issue for me.
And you might be saying, Kat, why do you have one brow on and where did the other one go? Yeah, I know, I've got really sparse brows. It's a thing, it's a problem. And so what I tend to look for is a brow product that can fill in a lot of area, and I like to bring my brows in a bit as well, because they kind of look like they start here and they're like derp, 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 derp. So I like products that can really cling to the skin, not just the hairs, because what hairs? And then I want it to last all day. So that's what I look for in brow products. And I don't want it to look too bold. I sort of want it to look a little bit more natural as well. So I don't like that really Instagram, really dark, that kind of fades and it looks ridiculous. I want it to look like there's hairs there, but it's still natural. So that's my brow problem. All right, I'm going to start with the Bravo Conditioning Primer. This sort of helps your brows grow or stimulate growth, and also it's supposed to be a really good base so the products last longer. So it's just this kind of squidgy thing, and you click it, like you twist it, and a little bit comes out. 1 click per brow, and you just brush it through. It's a really good way to sort of get the brows going in one direction as well, and taking off any foundation or anything that's in your brows.
We're both going to be using the Angled Brow Brush and Spoolie.
Okay, so we're both going to be using a product that fills in the majority of our brows, and I'm going to use the Ka-Brow. Now, I love this stuff, and I'm using 2 shades, 4 and 2. I'll show you later what I do with it, but this really helps stick to the skin and doesn't move, so it's waterproof, sort of budge proof. It's a great one if you've got a lot of gaps.
I'm going to be using a goof-proof brow pencil. This is in shade number 3 to fill in the bulk of my brows.
So what I'm going to do with these bad boys is do the lighter shade on the inner part and then the darker shade on the outer part. I do also want to point out that this does have like a little built-in angle brush, but I think for this purpose, it's better to have one that's sort of like further away so I'm not covering my face.
I like these goof-proof brow pencils because they've got kind of a diamond tip, and it allows you to do like big bulky work or precision work. And also there's spoolie on the end, which makes life easier when you're in a rush.
It's actually super quick.
I would venture outside with these brows now. I would.
All right, then I'm going in with Precisely My Brows. I use this every single day. It's a very, very small tipped sort of pencil. This shade is 4, so it's a medium cool toned brown. And what I just do is I just kind of mimic hairs and clean it up a little bit.
I'm basically going to do the same thing. I want to clean things up and mimic some hairs. I've got the new Foolproof brow powder here. I am going to use the angled end of the brow brush. Inside here, you've got a dual shaded powder, which is great because you can get those different tones. And there's also a little sponge brush in there.
And this is really important if you're filling in a lot of area of skin, because you don't want it to look like you've just painted your skin. So it's just good to mimic a bit of natural hairs. Tell your brow hairs where to go.
Yeah.
Product that I've recently sort of discovered from the range is this guy here. It's the 24-hour brow setter. It's a translucent setting kind of gel. Works really, really well. Your brows don't move, and if you do have like sparse hairs like me, or you don't want things to budge or move, it's a really good one to end things off with.
I'm going to take the 3D brow tones, and this is in the shade 2, and essentially what this is going to do for me is not only keep my long sort of unruly hairs in place, but also add a little bit of added dimension.
And we've got one side of this that's quite long and another one that's quite short. I think it's cool if you want to just get in quite precisely or brush it through.
This one has kind of like a mascara applicator with a little like fork at the tip, which I don't think you can really see, but it can be great for getting into tight spots like the tail of the brow. The last step I would do is actually take the two highlighting pencils. So we've got Highbrow and Highbrow Glow here, and I'm going to put the Highbrow, which is the matte one, on top of my brow, just a little bit up there, and I take the Glow one underneath, and then we blend them in.
Oh my god, brows on fleck, Hailey!
Oh my god, I've actually got brows again.
Oh, yeah, I do actually have brows
I know.
again. It's great.
Seriously, it really does change your face. And you can see when you've got one on and not one on, you're like...
What's scarier is when you got a full face with makeup on and then no brows, and you're like, huh.
Go back into your cave.
Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. That's how we do our brows using Benefit Brow products.
Yeah. Can I just say, though, this is not a sponsored video.
Oh, no.
Essentially, what this is A, we like their products.
We do.
And B, we can go into a competition to win a holiday.
Yes.
And we want to go on a holiday.
So we're entering.
Give it a thumbs up.
Mate, you got to be in it to win it.
That's what my dad always says. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Mum. Alright guys, we really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something about Benefit's range at the very least.
Yeah.
And
or at the very least you've seen us without brows and how ridiculous we look.
No screenshots. No screenshots.
No, don't. Shit.
Alright guys. Yeah. We'll be finding them in the group soon.
Oh, shit.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Bye.